name is Oakley and I'm a filmmaker based in the high country of Arizona. The first time I got a chance to try out the FX3 was when I was writing for No Film School. Back then, I tested out the IBIS, the autofocus, the S&Q settings, and the low light sensitivity. I had honestly never really seen so many cinematic features in such a tiny, small, beautiful package before. The IBIS is so good, you really didn't even need a cage or a handheld rig to get smooth footage. The low light sensitivity was really impressive, and my jaw dropped at the autofocus. Here's me and my chainsaw putting that autofocus through the ringer. This time, Sony gave me a first look at the FX3 version 2.0. In true Arizona style, I decided to test it out in a pretty demanding situation. At sunset, by myself, and at the top of a mountain that you can only get to on foot. To help with the test, Sony sent me 3 lenses: the G Master 16 to 35mm, the Sony G-Series 90mm macro, and my favorite focal length, good old compact G-Series 50mm. On this kind of shoot, the small form factor, the FX3, is literally a lifesaver. If you're hiking at 5,000 feet elevation and it's 100 degrees, you want to go as light as you can get away with. Plus, you need to stay nimble just in case you have to run away from a mountain lion. One of the most exciting changes in version 2.0 is the log shooting mode. The first thing that you choose in log shooting mode is between Cine EI, Cine EI Quick, and Flexible ISO. Flexible ISO is basically how you would have shot in the past, where you would change the ISO while you're shooting to adjust your exposure. But Cine EI is a 2-base ISO. So like the bigger FX line cameras and the Venice, the FX3 now has 2 base ISOs. ISO 800, which is ideal when you have lots of light, and ISO 12,800 when you don't. I purposely picked this rapidly changing light at sunset to test out the 12,800 base. And it honestly performed really well, not only during the sunset, but after the sun went down and was completely gone. It's crazy just how sensitive Sony engineers have been able to make this sensor in the 12,800 base. After the sun went down, I had to hike off the mountain in the dark. And I was even able to capture the Big Dipper. It was completely pitch black. I mean, that wasn't part of my test. It was just something to distract me from all the weird sounds I was hearing that I thought might be a mountain lion. Version 2.0 comes with S-Log3, S709, but you can basically bring in any LUT you like. I grabbed a bunch from the Sony LUT library, including some really cool Technicolor ones and something called Space Adventure. Basically, I was looking for LUTs that would, enhance the red of the geology up on the top of the mountain. Then I was able to monitor those LUTs as I was shooting and expose for them. One of the things that I always thought was cool about Sony is that the engineers actually listen to filmmakers. And so version 2.0 has a completely new user interface. The display is now free from the sound meters and the record info that were kind of cramming up the display. And now there's a main menu that pretty much has everything centrally organized that you would want when you're shooting in the field, so you don't have to scroll through multiple menus. While I didn't get to try it out on this shoot, I know that a lot of filmmakers are going to be very excited about this. It's the adapter cable that will finally let you get timecode sync across multiple cameras. This test shoot was quick and dirty, but the FX3 version 2.0 really held up. The interface is way more intuitive for cinematographers. Log shooting mode first lets you bring in LUTs, and then in Cine EI and Cine EI Quick lets you use the 2 base ISO, which just opens up so many creative possibilities with the exposure sensitivity. Not to mention, the whole thing still fits in my hand.